My name is Clive Mukundu, better known as Mono. I'm a Zimbabwean guitarist and music producer who is featured on more than 1,000 albums. And I've been in the music industry since 1988. I started working with Oliver Mtukudzi in 2003. That was after his main guitarist, Pilani Dube, fell sick, so he couldn't go on tour. So I joined the band in 2003 to cover up for Pilani. But after he recovered the following year, Tuku decided that we just play together. So if you listen to his albums from 2004 up to 2007, you can hear that there are two lead guitars on those albums. So it was me and Pilani Dube. Together we traveled around the world, more than 25 countries, around Africa, around Europe, around North America. The music was very much accepted because you are more accepted outside Zimbabwe, outside Africa, when you sound like a Zimbabwean, when you sound like an African. I know most people think for you to be accepted, you need to sing in English, you need to play foreign genres, but you are more accepted when you do your own music, and even your language becomes an instrument. So I do play a number of instruments. My first instrument was a guitar, which I learned, first time to learn it was 25 January 1988. It was when I moved from those gallons, a magabaya, to a proper guitar. Then 1989 I learned how to play the bass. Then 1994 I learned how to play the keyboards. Then 2001 I learned how to play the mbira. Or I learned two types of mbira, the nare and the nyunga nyunga. And then I also learned how to play marimba same time. So the mbira is the most recognized instrument, most recognized Zimbabwean instrument. When famous, it came about after a number of people were asking me questions on social media. So I made it a program on my Facebook page where I allowed my fans to send in questions and then I would reply them on the platform. So the program became very popular, and people from as far as Tanzania, Malawi, Zambia, South Africa, Botswana were now contributing, asking questions. They even asked me, please, can you stop speaking in Shona throughout so that we also understand and also benefit. So then somebody came up with the idea of me putting the questions into a book. So that's when I decided to write this book, Poem Famous. So it's basically questions that I was being asked by my Facebook followers, which I compiled and put in a book. And the reason why I call the book Poem Famous is because a number of the questions, they centered on the financial issues or the remuneration issues of the music industry. So I was highlighting why in Zimbabwe we've got artists who become famous at the same time when they are poor. So it covers a lot of subjects concerning the music industry, even the recording industry from the time the music industry started in Zimbabwe around 1930, moving on throughout the period here, analog into the digital era. So it's a very comprehensive book. So after I left Oliver Mtukudzi, I started running my own studio. So that's when I started mentoring more people, because more people were coming to the studio for recordings. And there are a lot of people who enter the music industry without the knowledge of how the music industry is run. So I took it upon myself to educate them, to show them how the music industry is not a jungle, telling them that it's a garden that can be watered and then weeded and produce good results. My studio is called Monolio. I started buying the equipment around 2004 when I was a member of the Black Spirits under Oliver Mtukudzi. I used to buy the equipment when we used to go outside, like in Europe, because it was cheaper there. And I opened the studio to the public 2007. So from 2007 up to now, I've recorded a lot of people. When the government announced those strict lockdown measures last year, 2020, there was a time when the lockdown measures were very strict. We couldn't even move around. So I started doing jam sessions with my son, just the two of us, and recording them and putting them online, and people started loving them and encouraged us to carry on. So later on, we started incorporating other musicians, and the program grew big, and we did a total of 123 jam sessions. So I compiled them and put them on a CD and released the CD for free downloads. The new curriculum in Zimbabwe encourages or teaches kids about the full spectrum of the music industry, from performance, instruments, and studio. So I'm receiving a number of schools coming to learn about the music industry and coming to learn about how music is recorded and so forth. Yeah, my son, in fact, the funny thing is he started as a drummer. He wanted to play drums, but he was not improving. I think he played for about 2 years as a drummer, and then he was not improving. I tried to teach him guitar. He was not keen, so I gave up. But the mother couldn't take it, so she told him, "You are going to learn guitar because you're not improving on the drums." So she sort of forced him to move from the drums to the guitar. And when he started learning the guitar, he found out that he loved the guitar more than the drums. And on the guitar, he was improving far much faster than he was improving on the drums. And within a short time, he was already playing for big bands. So I think from the time he was, 14, he was now in big bands and playing around Zimbabwe with a various number of groups. So right now, he's one of the busiest guitarists in Zimbabwe and one of the most recognized guitarists. Yeah, he's played guitar for Japreza, for Zimpraise, for Amara Brown, for Tabi Moyo, he's played for quite a number of artists at the moment. And I wish I could have had such an opportunity when I started, because when we started it was totally different, and you couldn't even get parental support, and there was no access to instruments. So I envy him a lot. Yeah, especially from the time the COVID restrictions started, I started working a lot online, and I connected to a number of artists outside Zimbabwe, and artists including Bongo Ride from South Africa is the one who won a Summer Award last year. Artists like Jacob is a Nigerian who is based in Denmark, and artists like Stanford Tembo is based in South Africa, in Zambia. So I've been working a lot with the artists around, especially around Africa, and we've been working online. And I was very happy when the artist that I worked with last year won a Summer Award. That's Bongo Ride from South Africa. The one advantage that I've had in my career is I've played with a number of bands that play different genres. The first band I played for was Sarungano Chandas. We used to play Mbira music and reggae. Then the second band was a Sungura band. Then my third band was a Rumba band. It was guys from DRC. My third and fourth band, it was guys from DRC who had regrouped in Zimbabwe and started Rumba bands. One was called Marakashi, the other one was called Kwasa Kwasa Kings. Then I also joined some reggae bands, and then I joined some rock bands, then some jazz bands. So basically, I'm very versatile. I've got a very good understanding of a varied number of genres. So that's why I can easily fit into a number of genres. Yeah, I recorded this 2015 collab with Japreza. And Luciano is my favorite because I'm a serious reggae fan. So to have him come here was a serious honor. And working with him was a dream come true. And I will always cherish that moment.